name's Chris Olson. I'm a homeowner, and I'm going to install my own sprinkler system. Rainbird offers a custom design service and complimentary to make it easy for guys like myself to install a sprinkler system. Over the course of the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the steps that I took to move forward with this project. If you're able to roll up your sleeves and get to work, this should be a pretty feasible project. So Homer and I are going to make this happen. We have a half-acre property, and in order to get the custom design service, which is an AutoCAD drawing that has all the Rainbird heads, piping, and schematics, you need to do a little legwork. And that entails measurements of your property and house, taking the water pressure out of your existing system, and measuring some piping. There's some existing videos from Rainbird on how to do get your water pressure. So I'm going to kind of breeze through that relatively fast and just show the quick steps on taking your property measurements. In the Tetons of Wyoming, Idaho, we have long winters and very dry summers. So it's very necessary for homeowners such as myself to install an irrigation system. To get your plans from Rainbird, you need to get measurements of your property corners and every angle of the house, your driveway, walkway, and make a very accurate, detailed map so that they can then in turn it into a CAD drawing with the sprinkler system layout. I found a 50-foot tape to be the easiest method to move forward with this project. One of the reasons I chose the Rainbird design service is that not only do they give you a customized layout and plan where all the valves and pipes should go, but they also make it super intuitive by giving you a parts list. So it's pretty intimidating to see all these boxes. About 80% of the stuff came from their online store with their recommended parts. As you see, I have a 9-zone system going installed, so I have the CPF 100 flow control valves. I've got 7 of these, and then I've got 1-inch drip irrigation valves. I also got the remaining, 1-inch poly pipe and a lot of couplers and other elements at my local irrigation supply store, Silver Creek Irrigation in Jackson, Wyoming. They had a great knowledge base as well, so teamed up with Rainbird and the local store, Silver Creek, for some additional insight and knowledge. Next time you see this pile, it's going to be completely organized, which is going to make the installation that much easier. I'm going to review the plans, organize everything by part, and so I know where everything is and I can find it quickly. So we're going to build the manifold inside here before we take it out. As noted, I have 9 zones. Instead of building a PVC manifold, they make these action manifolds, which are pre-assembled with very strong, durable gaskets and locking mechanisms, making it super easy to build and put on your valves. So as you can see, it is just a screw-on process to get your valves on. And I'll just do this for all my valve systems. As you see, they have a 4, a 2 for my drip lines, and then I've got another 3, totaling 9. And as you can see, it's just that easy to screw on. One of the items that one must install prior to running the pipe and putting in your irrigation valve manifold system is the blowout preventer and a shutoff valve. As you see, I've got some PVC pipes, some pipe tape, and a 10-inch irrigation control valve box. I'm going to fabricate a blowout system that's connected to the main line and will be installed prior to the valves. So watch me do the installation of threading the pieces and then we'll go outside and install into the main line. So, as we're going to fabricate a shutoff valve outside the foundation wall and a blowout valve prior to hooking up to the irrigation valves. This fabrication right here, we can envision the main line coming in to the brass shutoff valve. We're going to tape a nipple and install the blowout valve, and then attach some additional fitting so poly pipe can go there. Now that my nipple's installed, I'm going to go and install the PVC or brass to poly connectors. As you can see, I taped them, and we'll install both these, and then we'll go outside and connect it to the mainline poly pipe. One of the elements I need for my irrigation system is a jumbo valve box. And in doing so, I'm going to need to make some custom cutouts for the valve pipes that come out the side. As you can see, I have a coping saw, and I've made one cut. It's relatively easy. So just mark where you want the valves to come out and make the cuts. If you look in the inside, you can see there's already a cut that came with the box, an in and out hole. But I'm going to need to make some additional outlets for the valve pipes to come out. Like I said, really easy to do. Just take a coping saw. Okay, we're sitting outside where the main line comes out of the foundation and goes to the valve boxes. So what we're going to do, as you can see, we're going to take the first step is we're going to insulate the hole where we drilled through for the main line. So let's go ahead and do that. I just have regular spray foam insulation. I'm just going to spray the hole that was drilled through, and it's pretty straightforward. Just make sure you shake the can. Okay, the next step after we spray foam, what I'm going to do is put off my shutoff valve on the outside and my blowout valve. We saw in an earlier clip on how to fabricate this. Pretty simple, straightforward. We're just going to go, we've got the adapters, and we're going to go straight to poly, put some Oetikers on, and go from there. I'm going to remove the valve boxes so we got some more room to work, and these are just holes dug right now, and we'll just pull these out of the way and go forward. To cut the pipe, you just need a set of pipe cutters. These are available at any irrigation supply store or hardware store. They're about $8. And you're just going to come in and go right here, and you're just going to squeeze down. One thing you can always count on in Idaho is wind, so I apologize if it gets a little windy out here. We're outside with my manifold and valves and my jumbo-sized valve box. All we're going to do is connect from the outside main line to the first set of valves. What I've done is just kind of place it on top and did an eyeball measurement about the length of pipe that I'm going to need. So I've got my finger here. Take my pipe cutter, careful not to saw off my finger, and just cut. One thing I am going to do on these pieces of poly is put on some O-rings to seal, make sure these pipes don't pop off. I'm just going to quickly screw these on. Later in the process, you're going to see me use Oetikers, which are much faster than the screw-on type. Okay, moment of truth. What we have here is the beauty of these action manifolds that I've installed with my valves. Is I can just go ahead and screw on to the piping that I just put together and make any necessary adjustment. You ready? So what we've got here is I've put the box over the top of the valves, and as you can see, I'm pre-lined up with the custom holes and cutouts I've made for the piping that we're going to install tomorrow. So we're looking great. And that's how easy it is to install your first set of valves. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm about to receive the pipe puller from the rental company. One thing I did to prepare to make sure the process goes smoothly and easily today is just organize all my parts by size and by valve head. As you can see with my smaller half-inch valves, or excuse me, sprinklers, they're all organized by size and spray style. Got all my 3/4 inch spray heads and all my pipe fittings. It's all where I can find it. One other element that I did to make the process go easy today was I removed all the yard stuff that could get in the way. So my 9-month-old Tonka trucks, all the piping, shovels, all are moved to the side. I also went ahead and spray painted with X's where Rainbird stated it's a good idea to have sprinkler heads. This gives me a good indication and helps as a guide. It's not going to be exact where all the heads are going. So I've got about 40 heads on my 9 zones, and I went ahead and marked them all. This gives you a sample of what I've done.